Hi everyone, welcome to Caltex Academy. Today we are looking at expansion of algebraic expressions, and we have a question here that talks about expand and simplify the following: 5 into x plus 3. So before we expand this number, we first need to understand the word expansion. Just to expand is to open up brackets. Wherever you have some expressions with brackets, when we're expanding at the end of our working, the brackets should disappear. Then algebraic is a combination of letters and numbers. And of course, expressions, when you bring more than two things together, it will form an expression. So we have some 4 numbers here that we're going to work together step by step so that we understand the concept behind expansion of algebraic expressions. So stick around until the end of this video, because I'm going to give you some questions called checkpoint to make sure that you understand what we discussed from here. So at the end of it all, after working those questions, try to share them in the comment section. So without further ado, let's dive in. Now the first question, here we can have our solution written, where we'll copy the expression down here and we have 5 into x plus 3 equals, now let's open up by multiplying this number by what is inside this bracket, and the number before the bracket you can call it as a factor or as a scalar, and then it multiplies always all the numbers inside the bracket. So let's do that. 5 times x, we get 5x plus 5 times 3, we get 15. And for this one, we have just expanded. And please note that there are some important signs that we need to mark, and these signs are: when we multiply positive by positive, the results will be positive. And then when we multiply positive by negative, the result will be negative. And then the reverse of this one is negative, so it should be negative. Negative times positive, the result is negative. And negative times negative, we get positive. So these are important signs that we need to mark when it comes to expansion here. And from here we have been multiplying throughout with positive, so our results are all here positive. That is why we have here positive 5x, then positive 15. So let's move on to the next number, and that is b. So in our number b, we'll also write a solution here, and we have our expression 2x plus 3. This multiplies 3x plus 1. Now I am going to give some color for the first bracket that will multiply the second bracket. So first of all, we are not working here, we're just giving this color here for easy explanation since we are doing it for the first time. And the next color I would choose for the working here would be this stylish or sky blue, and we have 3x plus 1. So why have I selected these colors here? Now in the first bracket, which is yellow, it means we're going to distribute these numbers one by one to multiply the second bracket. So let's do that in our next line. So here we're going to have the first number, which is 2x, and that is going to multiply the second bracket, which is 3x plus 1. Then the second number from our first bracket is positive 3, and this is multiplying also the second bracket, and our second bracket is having 3 x plus 1. Now, having done this, we have reached to something similar to our first example, where we can go ahead and multiply the first numbers and the second bracket here, which contain two terms. So also the second number multiplying the two terms inside these brackets. So let's go ahead and do that, and then I think I can continue with the next color. Maybe I can say green now, and then x times x, we get x squared. So we are done with the first number. Now let's go to the next number, that is 2x multiplying 1. So anything multiplying 1 will be itself. So the next number here, we're going to have just 2x. Then we are done with the first bracket together with its coefficient expanding. Let's go to the next number with also its bracket. So we have here 3 times 3, and they are all positive, so it will give us here positive 9, and then with x attached to. Then 3 times 1, we get 3, and here we don't need to worry because everything is positive. Now we notice the terms in the middle are having x to the power 1, so we need to simplify this. Therefore we have 6x squared. Now 2 and 9 simplifies to 11, so we have plus 11x and then plus 3. So meaning when we expand a number of 2x plus 3 and we multiply by 3x plus 1, the result is this. Okay, so let's move to number 3 in the next board. Oh, in part C of this question, which is in bracket, we have 2x plus 3 and squared. We can rewrite this one, expanding it into two parts, and the first part here, let's have it as 2x plus 3, and we're repeating itself by also 2x plus 3. Now this one simply means if you have a letter A and this raised power 2, the meaning of this is we are multiplying this one twice by itself. So this is just exactly what we have done here. So let's continue and distribute this first bracket into the second bracket. So we have 2x as the coefficient multiplying the second bracket, and that is 2x plus 3. Then we go to the second number in the first bracket, and that is positive 3, and it's multiplying the second bracket with 2x plus 3. Then we can go ahead and make our expansion. So here we multiply these numbers together, so it results to 4x squared. The next one here results to 6x. Then we move on to the next bracket. We have here plus 6x, and lastly plus 9. Now again we simplify the middle terms. So here we have 4x squared plus 12x plus 9, and that is the expansion of this algebraic expression with 2x plus 3 raised power 2. Now let's move on to do this expansion also, that is part D. But remember, in the next video we're going to look at expansion of similar number using a shortcut. So please subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss that video. In case I just upload it, you'll get notification and be the first person to watch. So let's move on. Expression x plus 1 raised for 3. This can be given the same as. Now we are going to rewrite this 3 times. So we have the first one, x plus 1, and then the second one will have also x plus 1, and finally we have x plus 1, because it is raised power 3, meaning we are multiplying this bracket 3 times. Now to make it easy, the last two brackets we are going to multiply together, and we'll simplify something similar to what we have done here before multiplying with the first bracket. So we're going to create a square bracket here to multiply these numbers. So let's have the first bracket written here attached, and first of all work in our second numbers which are in the square bracket here. Now let's distribute our x to the second bracket in our square bracket again. So we have here x plus 1, then we go to positive 1, again this multiplies second bracket, and that is x plus 1. Then we close our square bracket. So let's work those elements or those numbers inside the square bracket first before tampering with our outer bracket. Now exactly what is inside this square bracket is what we have just worked on already. So we can go ahead and have x times x, we will have x square, then x times 1, we shall get here x. Now move on here, 1 times x, we get x, and 1 times 1, we get 1. Then we close our square bracket, and then simplify the middle terms, and of course maintaining our first bracket intact. And then since we don't have any other bracket here, we can turn this one here to parentheses, such that we have the first number here is x squared, then x plus x, we got 2x and plus our 1. Then we'll close this bracket, and here we can also go ahead and distribute the two elements to our second bracket. So the first element is here being distributed to the second bracket with elements of x squared plus 2x plus 1. Then the second element from our first bracket is plus 1, and we are multiplying it with our second bracket that is having terms like x squared plus 2x plus 1. Now let's go ahead and expand those brackets and simplify. So we have x times x squared, this gives x cubed. Then x times 2x, we got 2x squared. Then x times 1, we get here x. Now let's move on to the next bracket. 1 times x squared, we get x squared, and then here we get 2x plus 1. And let's simplify these terms with power 2 and power 1. Then we maintain the first term and the last term because they are just already 1 1. So here we shall come up with x cubed plus 2x squared plus x squared, we get 3x square. Then x plus 2x, we get 3x, then plus 1. So meaning when we expand this algebraic expression with terms of x plus 1, 3 times or raised to power 3, this is the result we get. So before we leave this video, please go ahead and attempt the checkpoint in the next board. I'm just displaying right away. Well, these are the checkpoint questions that says expand the following algebraic expressions, and the first one is here, x minus 5 cube. Then the second one, in bracket x plus 3 multiplies x plus 7 plus x minus 1 multiplies x plus 5. So please feel free to share your results in the comment section, and if you need to contact me, please use the number on the screen. That is my WhatsApp number. Then we shall discuss more. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Ciao.